Hello, my name is Nora Kelley, and I teach at Washington Liberty High School in Arlington, Virginia, with the Cambridge Latin course. And today I'm here to talk to you about Edpuzzle. Okay, so let's go to the home page for Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is a platform that enables you to import videos into it, and then you can edit them very easily, inserting questions. You can insert multiple choice questions, open-ended questions, or you can just write a note. And I find it's very engaging. My students really enjoyed it during quarantine. Okay, so this is what the homepage would look like. And you can see all of the other videos in your school, except they're all me at the moment because I've been making a lot of these lately. And then this is a neat feature, curriculum. They've developed a little bit of curriculum materials for Latin. So I'm going to look at high school. I'm sure middle school is the same for Latin. And then go look at world languages. And you'll see Latin is first for once. Let's go look at Latin 1. So these are various folders that would have videos in them. We'll click on this one. So there are several in here. These are the Latin tutorial videos by Ben Johnson that are so excellent. And here they've made them, they've just imported them, and you can go add it to your account if you wanted to, and then you could, by copying it, and then you could insert your own questions. This one has questions. This is looks like a full version of David Macaulay's Roman City, which I always show when we're doing stage 4. And you can show it in segments too this way. So you don't have to do the full 55 minutes, which I think people would tune out for. So all you do is click copy, and then it will just go to your account. There, it's shown up there. You can also see what other people are doing in your school. And so that can be kind of interesting because you can go look at other people's videos, even videos of people who are not Latin teachers, because sometimes they'll do something in a different way that you hadn't thought of. Back to my content, and I made up several different types of videos that I wanted to show you, things that I think could work both in a face-to-face class, as homework, or in a synchronous virtual situation, or even the asynchronous virtual. So it's very flexible in that regard. So the first one that I did is the Stage 20's Remedium Astrology. And what I did was I did a screencast of the story from the Cambridge Elevate. So I'm going to click on it. And then I have one question in here. What I did was I opened 2 windows, and I had the Elevate open with the think questions for this story. And then I had the video open, and I just stopped the video and then plugged in the think questions. But you can make up your own questions, whatever you wish to do. The little dot here means there's a question. There, and then it stops. And I just asked these 2 questions. Now, you could do this virtually and have students answer in the chat, or you could add in the questions as feedback. I think that's what I did. And they could do it as homework. Okay, it refers to Quintus. And then number 2 would be Quonkelet. Watch me misspell it. And then this would be the student. They hit submit, and they get instant feedback right there. And then they would just hit continue to go on with the video. Probably there are too many questions in that think to include them all in the video because they're going to be stopping every second, and you know, they get annoyed with that, understandably. Going back to my content, but I have a solution to that. So what I did was I did it just as the text from Cambridge Elevate, and with me reading, which is kind of nice because then the students get to hear your voice. And I think as we spend a lot of time out of school doing things virtually, it's going to be another way that we can kind of stay connected. So let me play just a minute of this.
Barbalus uxorem fidelum filiumque optimum habevat.
I tried to sound chipper.
Uxor barbili erat femina placida. Quae domi manebat contenta.
And see, they've got a little note in here.
Filuseorum erat Uranus impiger.
Okay, there we go. So now I click on the
How
question.
many different people are mentioned in lines 1 through 3?
And then they can, write it in the chat or on a whiteboard if it's a face-to-face class. And then I think if I hit skip, it should have me go click it. So you could just do this live without having to write in all the answers if you wanted to. Okay, go back to content. And that could be something to go through pretty quickly. And you could keep more of the think questions. Okay, I wish they did have a button that just enabled you to go back to my content. So this one I took from a Magister Craft video. And if you don't know about him yet, you need to go check him out on YouTube. They're awesome. They're Minecraft videos in Latin with Latin subtitles, but they always, and they're fairly not entry level, like Latin 1, Latin 2 level maybe, but they have a lot of vocabulary that you will find in Virgil, and they're very engaging, and they bring in the culture in ways that make it a lot of fun. This one is one in which his character goes to the Forum Boarium to buy an animal for sacrifice because he's going to take a trip and he needs to sacrifice to Neptune. So I'm switching to subtitles and in Latin, and you would need to download it that way. So if you, so it's got all the verbs, all the onomatopoeic verbs of animal noises. There, hirtus is a good Aeneid word. And so here you can ask them what you think it might mean. And this could really be quite funny because chances are they don't know what hirtus means. So there could be a lot of good guesses. And then it continues on. You could also do this. There's an option to duplicate your videos that you have. So you could duplicate it and then put in Latin questions. Quomodo sonat, ovis, something like that. I'm going to go back to my content. And I think I have not yet shown you how to actually get the videos. So I think I've covered pretty much everything else. This is something that I did with the read. I won't play it, but basically I did a screencast of that read function on Cambridge Elevate. And you could do that in a way where the students listen to it and then have to record themselves. Unfortunately, Edpuzzle doesn't allow recording as an answer yet. So that would be a nice feature. Oh, and then there's one more. So I wanted to show you how to actually get stuff in here. So if you click on that, let's say you have a video that you put on your desktop. You've done it by recording yourself in a Zoom meeting, recording yourself in a Microsoft Teams meeting, or maybe using a built-in function on your laptop. In the Mac, we have, if you do Command-Shift-5 all at the same time, it'll enable you to do a screencast, which I really find very easy. Okay, so we're going to upload a video. You can see I uploaded other ones. We're going to choose a file. Here, I'm going to do the read aloud. So you just click on it and open, just the way you would upload any other file, and now it's going to start uploading it. This one will go pretty quickly, but what will happen is, am I in my content? Yes. It will take a while for it to show up here, like 5 minutes or so, perhaps. Now, the other way you can go add videos is, well, you can go to Edpuzzle and search all the other Edpuzzle videos that are available. They don't have the greatest search engines. I mean, if you look for Cambridge Latin, some will pop up. I don't think you can search by teacher, which is unfortunate. I wish they would allow that. But you can look at YouTube. Let's do YouTube. That's the one that obviously I use the most. Let's see. And let's look for something to do. I can almost spell. There. Okay, and it's another one of the Benjamin Johnson videos. So you could decide you want that, copy it to your content, and then if you go back, there it is. It's shown up. So you can arrange your students in classes. And the nice thing about Edpuzzle is that it links to Canvas, which is what I use. So the classes here that you see with the red dots, those are my Canvas classes. So I would assign it through Canvas and it would just populate the class with the students' names from Canvas, which makes it a lot easier. You can also do that with Google Classroom, but if you don't have either of those options, there's a thing where they can join with a code, and it is also very easy to do and set up your classes. I think these are two that I had set up. Those aren't through Canvas. Let's go look at this one. And then what would happen is you're looking at your class and you can see the various videos that you assigned, and it'll show you how many turned in. You can see half of my students did this during the quarantine. You could just click on that. I should click on the answers, and it will show you all the students. It'll list them, you know, by name, and you'll see like the red bar for the ones who didn't do it, and then you'll go down and see the green bar for ones who did, and you can just click on the student's individual name and see their questions. I'm not going to click on it now because then you'd see all their names. But I did end up using this quite a bit during the COVID time. Back to content, my content, hopefully it's done. Let's try it. So with this, what I did was, and I'm going to pause it, I like to do read alouds about once a week with my students. This is a Zoom video screencast. And the nice thing about Zoom is it enables you to have this little picture of yourself talking, which you can move around to wherever you want. And I think that also makes it more personal, more connecting to the teacher. So for this, I would do a read aloud where I'm reading the story. This one's Camillus. I love the Camillus story. And the students would be coloring. That's what we would be doing in a face-to-face class. I would be reading from a book for about 20 minutes. And I would use that for mythology and history, to study for the NLE, study for the National Myth exam. So, and there are lots of coloring pages that you can find online for free, or if students don't have a printer, because that is going to be the case for many, they can just color and doodle on a piece of paper. But it's a very relaxing thing to do, which I think is going to be important in these upcoming months. So I think we're around 158. Oh, it's not going to allow me to do that, is where it has me reading. It's 118. 137. This is me talking and explaining what I do. Okay, let's see. So here I am.
To the center of the city. Work continued day and night, unseen by the enemy until all was ready.
This is Camillus digging the tunnel.
Soldiers moved in to attack the walls while others crept in through the tunnel.
I need to work on my lighting here.
Out in the heart of the city.
So you get it. There are so many useful tutorials. It's very easy to use. You can find the tutorials on YouTube. And then as we're finishing up, I wanted to just post a page with some of the other activities or the technology that I like to use. And you could, I don't know, you could screenshot this if you want and go Google it and find out a little bit more. And again, these things all have tutorials on their own websites and also on YouTube.